When the average football fan, and perhaps even the most dedicated historian of the game, closes their eyes and conjures an image of the New England Patriots quarterback, they see one figure. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. That singular dominant shadow stretches across 2 decades of unprecedented excellence, defining what the franchise was, what it achieved, and what every successor would inevitably be measured against. It was into this impossible, suffocating expectation that Drake Maye was launched in 2024, chosen 3rd overall to inherit a legacy that had not only withered, but had become toxic. He was tasked with more than just winning games. He was expected to single-handedly revive a dynasty, to breathe life back into a culture that had utterly lost its identity. The moment Bill Belichick and Tom Brady parted ways. The Patriot way had ceased to be an ethos of victory. It had become a heavy, paralyzing shroud, forcing its current occupants to live in a past they could never replicate. Looking at the film from that year, the picture was clear. A team completely unraveling, lacking talent, cohesion and direction. Yet, in his 2nd professional season, everything has shifted. Now, Maye is playing the most elite, commanding football of his life, catapulting a reformed Patriots organization toward being the dominant power in the AFC, not by emulating the past, but by forging a new, distinctly Maye identity. He is not merely playing well, he is operating at an MVP candidate level, defined by his unshakable pocket presence and uncanny ability to deliver clutch throws under duress. The New England Patriots are not just back. They are redefined as a legitimate threat to win the entire National Football League. To fully grasp the magnitude of this professional metamorphosis, we must rewind, tracing the path that forged a quarterback built for this kind of pressure cooker. Drake Maye was born in Huntersville, North Carolina, and raised in a household where high-level athletic competition was not a pastime, but an expectation and an inheritance. The Maye name was already legendary across North Carolina athletics. His father played football at Carolina, one older brother excelled in basketball, another in baseball, and a third was a phenomenal high school basketball player. Growing up as the youngest in this intensely competitive environment, Drake was hardwired for the kind of relentless effort and determination that would serve him later. This competitive furnace meant that in every sport he touched, football, baseball, basketball, he excelled beyond his peers. But it was in football at Myers Park High School that his destiny became undeniable. During his junior season alone, Maye amassed staggering numbers: 3,500 passing yards, 50 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. By the time he graduated, he was one of the nation's premier quarterback prospects. Staying home felt less like a choice and more like fate. He committed to the North Carolina Tar Heels, a program steeped in family history, ready to become the next great signal caller in Chapel Hill. His true opportunity arrived in the 2022 season, and what followed was a breakout that reshaped the collegiate landscape. Maye proved to be a dual-threat weapon of extraordinary caliber, finishing the year with over 4,300 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions, while adding an additional 700 yards and 7 scores on the ground. His total yardage exceeded 5,000, leading all of college football and fundamentally changing the trajectory of the Tar Heels program, helping them secure a 9-5 record and an AC championship appearance. Overnight, Drake Maye became one of the most compelling and exciting prospects in the sport, and he backed it up with an equally impressive 2023 season, cementing his status as perhaps the most talented quarterback in history. With over 8,000 career passing yards and 63 touchdowns to only 16 interceptions, his raw upside was immense. NFL scouts and general managers universally recognized the traits of the modern prototypical quarterback: the poise, the elite arm talent, and the undeniable leadership. However, in a 2024 draft class overloaded with elite talent, Maye did not go first. After Caleb Williams went to the Bears and Jaden Daniels went to the Commanders, Drake Maye fell directly into the waiting hands of the New England Patriots at the 3rd overall pick. The moment Maye landed in Foxborough, the historical pressure was palpable, an invisible force that no rookie could possibly overcome alone. The Patriots franchise, a name that once struck terror into opponents, was now a fragile shell, utterly disconnected from the winning tradition of their dynasty years. The hopes that Maye would simply restore the legacy and pick up where Brady left off were immediately shattered by the reality of the 2024 season. The 4-13 record was the result of a deep-rooted organizational dysfunction far beyond the control of a rookie quarterback. Yeah. The roster talent was objectively lackluster, the offensive line was atrocious, and the overall coaching structure was messy and outdated. The organization was revealed to be operating in a manner more suited to 2005, unable to adapt to the modern complexities of the world. While Maye consistently flashed brilliance, often the singular silver lining in every defeat, he could not sustain the role of being a perpetual Superman for a deeply flawed team. The Patriots organization was forced to face an uncomfortable truth. They had their franchise quarterback, but if they wanted to win, they required a complete cultural reset. The 2025 offseason became the critical inflection point. The first and most decisive move was the hiring of Mike Vrabel, a figure known for his uncompromising intensity and commitment to a competitive spirit. Vrabel's arrival signaled a true changing of the guard, establishing a culture built on winning and a clear, forward-looking direction, rather than clinging to the ghosts of the past. Culture, as Vrabel himself noted, is defined in moments of weakness, and the Patriots had hit rock bottom. With a new mindset established, the focus immediately shifted to fixing the roster's most glaring deficiency, the offensive line. The Patriots selected offensive tackle Will Campbell with the 4th overall pick, a player who vowed to fight and die to protect the quarterback. This commitment was mirrored by the addition of crucial offensive firepower, including the acquisition of star receiver Stephen Diggs and dynamic rookie running back Trevon Henderson. These massive strategic changes completely altered the atmosphere in Foxborough. The vibe leading into the 2025 training camp was noticeably different. The locker room was connected, confidence was high, and Drake Maye looked relaxed, comfortable, and prepared for his true sophomore ascension. Despite the positive changes, the regular season did not start without turbulence. An early failure to overcome the Raiders and a loss to the Steelers left the Patriots at 1-2 by week 3. However, in week 4 against the Carolina Panthers, the entire picture finally snapped into focus. That dominant victory against Maye's hometown team was a catalytic turning point, unleashing the offense and revealing the potential of the new-look team. The true statement was made in week 5, a primetime matchup against the reigning MVP Josh Allen and the undefeated Buffalo Bills. Drake Maye and the Patriots delivered an unforgettable upset, slaying the last remaining unbeaten team in the NFL and announcing their presence to the entire league. From that moment, Maye's performance escalated week after week. He secured his first 3-touchdown passing game against New Orleans, and the following week against Tennessee, he set a new Patriots franchise record for completion percentage, connecting on 21 of 23 passes for 202 scores. His most recent triumph, a Week 10 victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, saw him decisively out-duel fellow MVP candidate Baker Mayfield, delivering a crucial 2-touchdown, 270-yard performance that propelled him firmly into the discussion for the league's most prestigious individual award. The simple truth is that great quarterbacks possess the singular ability to elevate the play of everyone around them. And this is precisely what is happening in New England. A franchise that endured 2 straight 4-13 seasons is now on an undeniable path to securing home field advantage and ensuring that the entire road to the Super Bowl must run through the rejuvenated landscape of Foxborough, Massachusetts. This success, however, would have been impossible without the brutality of the 2024 failure. A season that finally taught the organization that clinging to the relics of the Brady-Belichick era was a recipe for stagnation. It was a failure that ultimately freed Drake Maye to shed the colossal weight of expectation. Now he plays not to fill the shoes of the man who came before him, but to forge a path that is entirely his own, with an end goal far more meaningful than being the next Tom Brady. Simply being the best Drake Maye.